Welcome to SDH's coverage of everything going on in USL League One. We'll take you backward before we take you forward, get you past the last 7 days, all the information that you need to know, getting you ready for the next 7 days, and a very, very busy weekend as always. We'll take you back into the midweek last week in one of the biggest scoring outputs we've seen in USL League One history. Liam McKinnon with 4. Liam McKinnon with 4 on the board for Greenville Triumph. Natural hat trick in a 13-minute span. It was 3-0 by the time the 22nd minute had come and gone, scoring once again in the 69th before he was subbed out 9 minutes later. Liam McKinnon on the day, 4-goal performance for Greenville Triumph in a 5-1 win over Chattanooga Red Wolves at Warner Park in Papillon, Nebraska. The other game last Wednesday, 1-1 draw between Union Omaha and 1 Knox, and that got us in a little closer to the weekend. Thursday night, big match at Breeze Stevens as Forward Madison in a 5-goal shootout beats Lex SC by the final of 3-2. That gets us to Saturday, where you had teams on a quick turn. You had 4 games, and our match of the week is at City Stadium. Richmond Kickers against expansion, we'll say first year now that they're full bore into the league, 1 Knox. 4-goal thriller. Here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at USL League One, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
It's the first game of 4 tonight in USL League One, and we're underway from Richmond, Virginia. 1 Knox going from right to left in their pink Marble City kits, as you mentioned. Richmond left to right. Zaka Moran. Oh, that's a lovely flick by Terzaghi, forced to defeat the Vignals in the end. Finds the overlapping Fitch. That's a good cross in Terzaghi. 1-0. What a delivery by Fitch. And Terzaghi in the 7th minute opens the scoring here at City Stadium. Vignals to the overlapping Fitch. Watch the run of Terzaghi to that front post. Jalen Chrysler, he should be used to what that man can do. Anywhere near the 6-yard box, just let him get on the other side of him. And Lewis was beaten near post, perhaps a little too easily. Will be the in-swinger from Thomas. It's a good one, flicked on and just over the bar. That was a lovely design play. Vignals, Suko, back to Vignals. Play has been good from Richmond. Can they find the finishing product again? That's another good cross from Fitch. The header is just wide from Sierakowski. There's the ball in. Fitzgerald is beaten. I'm not sure if that ball ended up clipping the outside of the post. It caught the head of Skelton, who once again is... Turn by Russ. He's got some space, chips it in, and oh, it's in the back of the net. It's going to be an own goal, perhaps. But it doesn't matter. It's 1-1. Frank Russ with his 3rd goal of the season. As you can see here, and it comes off Dakota Barnathan's chest and past Akira Fitzgerald. That may go down as an own goal, I think. Yeah, it wasn't going on target, I don't think. That's unfortunate for Dakota Barnathan, but Frank Ross won't care. This game is all tied up. And 7 shots to Richmond's nothing since the break. Now they're looking to make it 2. Waldeck. Ross wanted it ahead of him, but got it behind him instead. They'll fall to Illich, and it's 2-0. Ilya Illich. What a turnaround here for the visitors. Maybe Knoxville are for real. 2 goals in the space of 1 minute. Here's another look at it here. Russ wanted it in front of him, got it behind him. I guess he won't get the assist. He never touched it. Ilya Illich with the turn and strike from 18 yards. For a 2nd goal. It's been 6 games since then, but here's a chance now. Vignals. Chips to the head. Headed back across by Sierakowski. Terzaghi was there, and they've given a penalty. Oh my! The ball was a good 6 feet above Terzaghi's head. He was nowhere near. And it will be Emiliano Terzaghi. He's already got 1 tonight. Can he make it 2? Terzaghi blasts it into the top corner. And we're tied at 2. Here's another look at it. An emphatic penalty with the outside of his right foot by Terzaghi. Here is the long throw. Towards the front post. Flicked on. Fitzgerald with a key punch again. Headed away. And that will do it from City Stadium. The spoils will be shared here.
So Richmond and One Knox, a point apiece. Big game for One Knox on the road to come out of a tough environment like City Stadium, come out of there with a point. Also another point on the board, Chattanooga and Charlotte. Chattanooga and Charlotte going back and forth for a full 90 minutes and then some. 2-2 draw there as well. First point for Jimmy Weekley this season as head coach of Red Wolves, taking over last week for Ziggy Koritoski. Also at Warner Park, big win for Union Omaha, the Murder Owls shutting out South Georgia Tormenta by the score of 2-0. And at Future Legends in Colorado, the Hailstorm shut out Central Valley by the score of 1-0. So that's the rundown of how things were in a very busy 7 days in USL League One, which sets up how things would be if the season ended right now. North Carolina FC at 23 points, and this is why we talk about how competitive the league gets. 2 points separate everyone who's currently in the playoff picture. 4 points separates 1 through 7. That's where we are right now when it comes to USL League One. Everyone in the playoff picture, 1 through 6. North Carolina FC at 23 points. One more win, better points per game average than Charlotte Independence, 7 wins to 6. Charlotte's at 23 points there in second. Hailstorms at 22. They have better points per game average at 2. They've played 2 less matches than Forward Madison, who's at 22 points. In 13 matches, each team has 6 wins. One Knox, 15 matches played, as have the Richmond Kickers. Identical records across the board. One Knox has 1 goal better in goal difference, which gives them 5th, Richmond in 6th. Greenville is now unbeaten in their last 5. They are now 19 points, 2 points out of the playoff race. Union Omaha snapped a 3-game winless skid with the win over South Georgia Tormenta. They are at 16 points. South Georgia Tormenta's at 15. Lex SC's at 14, had their 4-match unbeaten string snapped with the loss last time out. Chattanooga's at 12, and Central Valley has lost 3 in a row. They're 3-9-1 in their first 13. They are at 10 points. So that sets up how things stand in the league right now. You've got, just as a reminder here in Gold Cup, players from 12 teams representing 6 nations with the group stage kicking off in the Gold Cup. You've got how things lay out. You have for El Salvador, you've got Nelson Flores representing North Carolina FC. You have also on the board, you have Raheem Summersall from St. Kitts and Nevis from North Carolina FC. And then with Trinidad and Tobago, you have a lot of players from USL Championship, Leland Archer, Ryan Telfer, Shannon Gomez, Neviel Hackshaw, Tristan Hodge, representing Jamaica, Kevon Lambert, and Jamali Waite. You have Luther Archimedes from Sacramento representing Guadalupe, and Jairo Enriquez representing Switchbacks, Brian Tamakas representing Roots for El Salvador, Raiko Rosarina for Cuba, along with Jorge Corrales for FC Tulsa. So very, very cool stuff for players out of the USL Championship and USL League One. Team of the Week for Week 14, it is Tate Robertson once again for Lex SC. And that's presented by our friends at Konami eFootball. And also on the board, your rest of the roster, Sean Lewis at One Knox is in net. Backline, Timmy Mell and Mitch Osmond from Forward Madison, Tyler Pollock from Greenville Triumph, Tate Robertson once again from Lex SC. Week 14 was a 4-point week for Lex. 1 assist, 1 goal, 13 recoveries, 9 clearances, 9 duels won, 3 chances created on 137 touches. Midfield, Rafa Mensingen from North Carolina FC, Stephen Payne, Forward Madison, Luis Perez, North Carolina FC, Frank Ross from One Knox, and up top, Will Bainham, Garrett McLaughlin from Lex SC and North Carolina FC. Your bench, Bernd Shipman from Forward Madison, Owen Green and Atez Diouf from Lex SC, Jordan Skelton from One Knox, Nazim Bartman from Forward Madison, Angelo Kelly from One Knox, and Don Smart from Lex SC. So that's your team of the week for Week 14 as we wait for Week 15. Week 14 power rankings laid out in USL League One. Northern Colorado now up 1 to the top spot, which meant Charlotte drops to number 2. North Carolina FC sticks at 3. Forward Madison is at 4. Richmond drops 1 to 5. 1 Knox and Greenville stay at 6 and 7. Lex SC is now up 2 to 8, which means Tormenta and Union Omaha drop. Red Wolves at 11. Central Valley Fuego is at number 12. Once again, reminder when it comes into all the information that you need from USL League One, don't forget to sign up on all the social media platforms, the USL app as well, to get you all the information that you need. USLLeagueOne.com, and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. Northern Colorado's Trevor Ammon was voted League One Player of the Month for May, once again presented by our friends at Konami eFootball. 247 minutes. Northern Colorado's now all-time leading scorer with his 5-goal May. Added to the Hailstorms' unbeaten month of 3 wins with an assist, a penalty one, best goals added mark in the league at 1.2, according to our friends at American Soccer Analysis. Closed out April with a brace against Union Omaha. 2 goal contributions in each of the 3 matches in May. So Trevor Ammon getting 50% of the total vote over Luis Perez, Joao Gumiero from Richmond, Leo Castro from Greenville, and Noe Meza from Union Omaha. So Trevor Ammon, Player of the Month for the month of May. Once again, reminder: Chattanooga bolstered their attack, bringing in Marius Loomis, who you might remember from his time with Greenville Triumph as well. Don't forget to vote along for your save of the week and goal of the week and power rankings and all those kinds of things. Once again, fans' choice for goal of the week for Week 15. And you can vote until Thursday, the 29th, at USLLeagueOne.com until 12:30 Eastern. USL app, USL League One social media channels. Liam McKinnon, one of his 4. Noe Meza from Omaha against 1 Knox. Nazim Bartman, Forward Madison against Lex SC. Billy King from Northern Colorado against Central Valley. And your Opta percentages on the goal probabilities: McKinnon's goal for Fans' Choice Goal of the Week at 5.4%, Noe Meza 5.8%, Nazim Bartman at 7.5%, Billy King at 2.6%. And you can vote for the League One Goal of the Week once again at USLLeagueOne.com, and go to USLLeagueOne.com. Sign up for the newsletter as well, so when you're not listening to the show here, you can figure out what else is going on when it comes to USL League One. So let's get into the schedule for the upcoming week, and we will actually see if there are any juice boxes attached, and there are, to the one match in the midweek. They haven't gotten to the weekend just yet, but in the midweek, it is a road trip for Forward Madison, going to South Georgia Tormenta in Wednesday night at Optum Sports Medicine Field in Tormenta Stadium at 7:30. It is Tormenta hosting Forward Madison, and the juice boxes that are attached to it: Tormenta's a plus 121, your draw's a plus 231, Forward Madison is a plus 204. Friday night football at Wake Med, North Carolina FC hosting Charlotte Independence in another round of the Tar Heel Derby, which gets us into the month of July. Saturday, you have 3 matches, 7 o'clock Paladin Stadium. Greenville Triumph hosting Forward Madison as their trip in the South continues. City Stadium at 7, Richmond Kickers hosting Red Wolves. 10 o'clock at Fresno State, Central Valley hosting Union Omaha. And on Sunday, after playing in the midweek, Tormenta travel to Lexington to take on Lex SC at Toyota Stadium at 7 o'clock before things kick back in on Tuesday as Northern Colorado continues to try to make up the matches that were lost to weather and Open Cup early in the year. And that's your rundown of everything that's going on in USL League One. Once again, USLLeagueOne.com for all the news and information when you're not hanging out here with us at SDH. Also, if you are in market and can catch some of the action in USL League One, check out the games in one of the tightest leagues here in this hemisphere at USL League One. If you're in market and can't make it, what you can do is follow along on your local providers. And also, if you are out of market and still want to follow along, you can do so on ESPN Plus, where they have every match available to you in USL League One all season long, plus the local providers for all the teams as well. So for everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Thanks for hanging out with us here, and that's the update for everything going on in USL League One.
There can be only one!